something really exciting, and that is to talk about Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. Oh my god, this is probably the quickest I've read a Cassandra Clare book, like, I mean, close to the release date, because I feel like I'm always behind, and the last couple I've been quite far behind, but I read this book, and oh my god, I can't believe I have to wait 2 more years to find out the conclusion to this monster of a book. This is 700 pages. It's like reading 2 average sized books, this thing, and I was just like, oh my god. But I loved it. It was so good. So much happened. I've got a lot to talk about, so I might as well get into it. And don't watch this any further if you have not read the book, because there's going to be some heckin' spoilers up in this shit. So go away now if you haven't read it, but like come back when you're done so that we can talk about it. But let's get into this. And guys, you know what? I used the notebook. I had to write down my feels for Lord of Shadows. I only did this with Sarah J Maas books, but now I'm just like, nah, Cassandra Clare books can join the crew here. It's just there was so much going on that I wouldn't have remembered it all, and it's just like, I'm just so excited. I'm just gonna go through my notes and talk about my thoughts, and yeah, pretty much it's gonna be in chronological order, or hopefully, so let's do it. One thing that really killed me throughout the whole book was just how sad Emma and Julian were because they couldn't be together. Like, we obviously know they can't be together. Like, the Parabatai bond will fuck them up. It will kill them, it'll kill everyone, they'll go crazy, they get stronger, then they go fucking crazy. So we know it's wrong. We know they shouldn't be together, but we're like hoping for it. So there has to be some twist or some shit that they can use to get out of the bond without having to become mundanes or a downwater or shit. There's just got to be something. But I'm so sad that Emma like does this whole fake dating thing, and Julian's just crushed the whole book, and then I just love them so much that I hate that they're fucked up right now. Why become Parabatai? So many people saw that it was wrong. When Simon and Clary were at the Parabatai ritual, Simon saw it. He's like, there's something wrong here. They're gonna fall in love. Not that he knew that, but still, what the hell? It's just, ugh. Their relationship killing me. It's killing me so fucking much. I did kind of like the relationship though that Emma and Mark had. Like, even though they're not romantically involved, he was like being so adorable because he was like sleeping at the edge of her bed when he bundled blankets, and they were telling each other stories. And they just really got to know each other a lot better and had a really stronger bond. And just saying, if not for Julian and Emma's, you know, all-inspiring, powerful love, Mark and Emma could have been a good couple. They could have been a really nice, adorable couple, but, you know, for reasons they can't be together. I've got some quotes from Julian too that I really liked. Like, the first one's sad and the second one just made me laugh. So the first one was, just tell me he makes you happy, that Mark makes you happy, and I just can't. That was so sad. Like, they're in the middle of killing some fucking demon, and he's just like, just tell me that you're okay, because I'm not okay. And I'm not okay. It's just so sad. And the other one was, it was at times like this he wished he was any good at flirting. He wasn't. He had never in his life felt a flicker of desire for any girl who wasn't Emma, so it was something he never learned to do. It just made me laugh so hard because he's like, I can't flirt with you, y'all, because Emma's my only person I love and I don't give a shit about no one else. And I was just like, I love you, Julian. That's the best thing ever. And what the hell was the bombshell with Clary where she's like, I've been having some dreams, y'all, and I'm gonna fucking die. And I'm like, no, you were the main protagonist for so long, and then you've gone to the side and now you're going to fucking die, and the warlocks are gonna die too. It's just like, what is going on? And I don't want Clary to die. And I hated that too, because with the little short story at the end of Lady Midnight, she was hesitant to say yes to Jace to marry him, and now we know she doesn't want them to be married and then have Jace lose her. And I'm just like, no, you bombshelled this, and then you left for the whole book, and I was just like, no. And something that I really love in this book is Ty and Kit's relationship. I see them as OTP. I don't want them to be Parabatai. I want them to be in love and together and just a great relationship. Like, seriously, I just need it. But I just love that Ty was sleeping outside of Kit's room for the first couple of days. And I seriously shipped it. Like, that moment, I shipped it. And I love that Kit knew and he didn't give a shit. He's just like, oh yeah, whatever. You see me outside my room, and I'm like, a thing I really love too is when Kit was talking to Julian and they're driving along the car, and he says to Julian, oh yeah, with your weird brother. I love that Julian's instantly like about to whoop him. He's like, not what he's saying about Ty. And I love that Kit's like, I don't mean Ty, I mean Mark. I love too that because Kit's in the mundane world, he knows about like medical, like everyone knows about autism and stuff like that. So he's just like, you know, your brother's autistic and he's on the spectrum, and Julian's just like, What are you talking about? Is something I need to know? Like, is there something like I never realized how much Shadowhunters don't know anything about modern medicine or modern terms. Like, they just think Ty's weird and there's something different about him, but he actually is autistic and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just love it the kid has information, but I loved it that Julian was just like, oh yeah, we only use runes or the Silent Brothers say stuff, but if there's anything that I should know about my brother, will you tell me? And Kit's like, he's fine. He's nothing wrong with him. And as a whole too, like, even though the Shadowhunters don't know much about medical stuff, but they don't really know much about the human world at all. Like, they're in their own world so much that, like, it's funny because it's only Clary or Simon or Kit, all these characters who come in there who don't know they're Shadowhunters, that know more about the world than Shadowhunters do. And it's weird because in the TV show, with the Shadowhunter Institute, they got all these computers and shit happening and they seem to know so much more, and I'm just like, you're like in the Stone Age, in the Shadowhunter world, and this isn't how it should be, and it is how it is, and I'm just like, and oh my god, bombshell when, like, Christine and Perfect Diego are all in love, and then next minute this fucking bitch Zara comes in, and she's all like, oh, I'm Diego's fiance, and I'm just like, fuck him. He is, just get rid of that guy right now. He lied. And something wasn't pissing me off about Diego. I'm just like, there's something up about him, but it was because he was being like a spy, but he's still a douche. He ain't perfect. And I hate how Zara thinks she's the coolest person ever, and I hated how she looks down on the downwarders and she thinks she's better than everyone else. But what I hate more is how she just takes credit for what everyone else does. So she's all like, oh, I killed Malcolm. Oh, I killed all these demons. I did that. And it's just like, no. And I love that Diana figures that out when she's looking at the reports being like, this bitch did nothing. She did nothing. And another thing that killed me with this book is I really want Mark and Christine together, but I really want Mark and Kieran together, and there's a thing going with Christine and Kieran too. Like, are they gonna have a polymorous, is that how you say it? Like they're just all gonna have relationships? Like, it's fine, just have a threesome relationship and it's gonna be fine because they all love each other, they don't really care, they've all, like, they're just gonna, are they all gonna feel the love? That's what's gonna happen? Because it's just crazy. But through this book though, as I do love Mark and Kieran, but through this book you really do see how much their relationship grew out of having nothing. And it's not that it's toxic, but it's kind of like they really have to reevaluate who they are as people and how they fit together. But I don't know where I stand. I kind of want it all to happen. And you know, something I really love with Kit is he just keeps referring to Ty as beautiful, and as like some of the Shadowhunters where he's like, oh, all these hot people that take my shit. I'm just like, bae, you're bisexual or you're gay and you're a little muffin and I love you. And I loved it too when, like, Julian just broke down on Emma and he just started kissing her when they gone to talk to Arthur and Emma's kissing him back and then she's like, shit, no. And I just was like, hated that, because it's like you give me a snippet of the love and then I have to wait until page 500 for them to fucking break again, and I'm just like I want them to break, but I don't want them to hurt everyone and themselves, but I want them together. It's a dilemma. It's an eternal dilemma with this book. And what I don't get is how the hell do Emma and Julian just keep making out in the open and not like, oh yeah, Malcolm found out about him, but they're literally on the steps of the Institute and they're making out, Nellie like having sex right there, but no one notices. They've kissed out the front before. They've just, I don't get how people don't notice this. They're just right there making out. They're breaking the law. They're parabatai. But no one sees this. I loved it too when Mark went to go get Kiernan back and I was just like, yes, we're gonna go see Fairy. And then I love how everyone runs and goes get him. And again, Zara just kept getting worse and worse and worse through the book. Like, she's actually being racist against downworlders. Like, what? When she started saying shit about fairies in front of Mark and he just left, I was like, I wish you were real so I could fucking bitch slap you. And again, Julian is so heartbroken and he just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and it just gets him into this pit, and it really makes him such a ruthless character after all the shit that Emma's done. Like, not that it's like she's doing it to protect him, but it's still just like, my god, everyone is upset. I'm upset, and I just feel like he was gonna end up hating her, and he never hated her. Like, he was just like, he never stopped loving her, never hated her. Like, it's like, he said things in anger, but still, it's just like, you're breaking my heart. You know what? Talking to that, like, Faye thing, and it was telling them all, like, if you go into Fairy, you're gonna find out this about this, and like, Emma had to give up the stele that Jace gave her, and it's such a big part of her, and she gave it up, and I was like, sad. And also, just saying, I was thinking that the Schoolamants or the Centaurians were up to something, and I was so annoyed that they're trying to take the Institute and they're trying to get it so that the downwarders have to be registered, and it's just like, this is what happens in history. Like, I mean, do you not remember well, they wouldn't know anything about our history, because we know in some wars some bad stuff's happened because people have had to be registered, or they've been having to take sides and do shit like that. It ends up with a lot of people dying, and it's wrong to do this to the, it's just so annoying. And oh my god though, when Kit and Livy kissed, I was like, is this gonna be a thing now? There's like 6 love triangles going on in this book now, but I don't think they'll be a thing. But Ty and Kit, Kitty is the thing that's happening, not Livy and Kit. Ty and Kit, that's how it's gonna go. And something that I have a question about is, who is Kit's mother? We don't ever discover it, but it seems like it's important because it keeps getting brought up, and Kit seems to keep having these weird dreams and people keep looking at him weird, and I'm just like, your mother is someone important, but we don't know. I loved it too when Christina and Mark were kissing in Fairy, and I was just like, yes, and then they got bonded with that thingy because they tied when the fairy tied the ribbon around their hands, and then they got bonded and they can't be apart from each other, and Kiernan's just like, mate, because they do get Kiernan out. Like, Julian was so good in that when he was just like, come on bitch, let's do it, we're getting you out, yo, we're getting Kiernan. And then Kiernan doesn't remember anything because the Unseelie King took all of his memories, so everyone has to fake it around him and not act like he just betrayed them all and got Emma and Julian with. Mark has to act like he loves him. Like, there was a lot, just so much went into this story, man. Oh my god, when Julian was kissing that fairy and Emma saw it, but Julian's like kissing it because it looked like Emma, and then it turned into this grotesque thing, and then Emma's watching like, yes, he's thinking he's moved on. It broke her. But, you know, that's what she wants. She ultimately wants him to move on and their love to stop. But just, and oh my god, how intense was it when Emma was fighting that fairy and then she won, and then it turned into her dad, and then she just broke down. It's like, Emma, you were meant to be the next Jace Herondale, and you broke down in front of a fairy who's obviously not your dad because your dad died. Like, can't you see past the magic? Like, that's the thing that got me. And like, crazy too that none of the Shadowhunter stuff works. Like, seriously, that was freaking me out when they went into fairy, and the steel eyes wouldn't work, the runes wouldn't work, the seraph blades wouldn't work, nothing that was Shadowhunter worked. And I'm just like, this is how it's gonna go down, isn't it? First, the Shadowhunters are not gonna have any power, and then the Warlocks are starting to get sick. Like, they're gonna be powerless to fight the Unseelie King, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake, I don't know. I'm so mad. And I love it too, though. It's sad, but when those like weird water demons came in and Zara's like, I got this, and Diana's like, you child, shut the fuck up. I was like, yes. But oh my god, when John Cartwright was dead, I was so happy. I was like, oh, it's John Cartwright. And then next when his head got chopped off, and I just feel for Marisol. We saw their relationship grow, and now he's fucking dead. Why? And then of course Malcolm was alive, like as if he was just gonna be dead. They just dropped him in the ocean. He's come back and he still wants Blackthorn blood, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, no, one of the Blackthorns is gonna die here. One of them is gonna die. And then Arthur just goes and sacrifices himself. So it's kind of like, okay, gave you a false sense of hope of, oh, none of the Blackthorns are gonna die. Fucking Livy gets murdered. I am not okay. And then I love it that they all get all the Blackthorns and just teleport him to the London Institute, and all the feels, man, at the London Institute. But ugh. And seriously, like, I'm crazy how it, like, at the same time as all that's happening, Julian's watching in like this mirror because they see the Unseelie Queen, and I'm just like, fuck this bitch again. Then he was looking and watching as Arthur died, and then Annabelle was raised, and then she fucking slashed at Malcolm, cut his head off and killed him, and it was just like, shit. I felt this coming though. She's not gonna just be risen and then love you. Like, something's gonna happen. And then when you find out that she's been, like, the first time he tried to do it and killed Emma's parents, like, he woke up her mind but not her body, so she's sitting in her crypt for 5 years going crazy with Malcolm talking bullshit to her this whole time, and she was just had enough, and she's like, she didn't want to be risen. That's the thing, most people don't want to be risen from the dead after so much time. And I loved it that she killed Malcolm though. I was just like, yes. And just saying though, making the deal with the Seelie Queen, it had to be a bad move. She's obviously not good at, she's a fucking fairy, like, they can't lie, but they are tricksters, and she's not gonna do the right thing. And why would you give her this black book that can do stuff to Shadowhunters? Because obviously the stuff with this, like, because there's like a Blythe happening in fairy, and like wherever like Shadowhunters go in the Blythe, they can't use their, like, they're powerless. So it's like, obviously you don't want to give her this weapon that can fuck Shadowhunters up. Like, what? And also, with this conversation, the Seelie Queen keeps talking about what she had to sacrifice, let go of, give up. And I think she's talking about this child that she had with Sebastian, right? When is this kid gonna turn up? Like, we had this other kid that turned up with Drew when she touched his, like, weapon that's a very important thing in fairy, and now now Jamie has it, and when Drew went there, she sees this 13-year-old kid. And I'm thinking this kid has to be the lost son of the Unseelie King, because That's what he's fighting for. He's trying to get this kid back because it's his firstborn child. But could it also be Sebastian and the Sealy Queen had? Because it keeps being mentioned. If you keep mentioning something, it's eventually going to be brought up to light as being something very important. Like, at first I had a feeling that it was going to be Raphael because he's 5 years ago the war happened, but he is, like, he's not the right skin color and doesn't look like it, so it can't be him. I have to get rid of that theory. But if it was, that'd be really interesting because you kind of got like a spy in the Shadowhunter world here, like, even though he's probably not a spy. But it just seems that this is the Sealy Queen's motive, is to get her child back, and the Unseelie King's motive is to get his child back. So it's kind of like, what the hell? You're gonna kill everyone just for these people? And I'm just like, I loved it too when, like, with Kieran, because he's just a cute little baby. I love Kieran, but like, I thought it was great when he was meant to go do the trial and everything, and he's like, he has to swear he has to swear to someone that he will do what needs to be done, and he was gonna do it to Mark, and Mark's like, bitch, no, you won't do it. And then he does it to Christine, and she's the Lady of Roses, and I'm like, oh my god, I loved it too at the London Institute when Kit's looking for the books, and then he goes, oh, and then some idiot called Will H keeps writing in the books, and I'm like, Will Arundel! I was just, my heart, I love it. They keep mentioning Will, and they mention James Arundel, and just love all the references. I'm just saying, the Emma and Mark breakup wasn't as big as I expected, because he found out about it in Fairy because Christina accidentally told him, and then later Emma's like, oh, by the way, we broke up, so we're not going to talk anymore. And I'm just like, okay then. But Julian was really shit about it, being all like, oh, now you've dated 2 of the Blackthorn brothers, you're gonna go to Ty next? And Emma's like, fuck you, bitch. I loved it too, that going off to go and do a mission. Mark and Emma go and hug like normal, and then Julian's watching them like, what? And Mark's all like, oh right, you ruined my heart, bitch! I hope you die, I hope you go, I hope you hate me. Like, I'm just like, Mark, over the top, but I love you. Again, I love how much Kit notices Ty in the book. It breaks me, and I love it. He notices his quirks and his things, and he figures out things, and like the scene where he was actually like trying to be like a security blanket for him and hugging him and stopping him from having the panic attack, and I'm just like, he's gonna understand you. It's being built up here is because Livy's fucking dead. Ty has got Kit, and Kit is gonna be the only one who understands him, and I can't. The thing that annoyed me with this book though was when I was getting into the middle, it kind of got a bit boring and was kind of blurring a bit, and I'm just like, okay, where's the action? I don't really care about what's happening right now. But then it got better. Like, it's obviously not going to be a real big problem. It's just got a bit it's just a bit too much book. Like, 700 pages is a lot of time to keep someone occupied while reading. I was so sad that when like Kit, Ty and Livy went to the Shadow Market, then all those people just started attacking them and Livy got hurt, and Ty was just so upset that Magnus comes in like, yo, what's up, bitches? Why are you killing some kids? And I'm like, And like Magnus and Alec are in so much of the later half of the book, and I love them being dads and just being cute together, and I'm just like, you guys are my OTP. You're what I want to strive for because you're beautiful. And just saying, for most of this book, I was not sure if Annabelle was crazy or not. She seemed like she was crazy, and then she seemed like she was fine, then she was crazy, but I think I've tipped to the fucking crazy side because, mate, something wrong with that chick. I am loving the relationship between Diana and Gwen. Like, he's so adorable, and I loved how he's just like, oh, beautiful girl, we got a date with me, and she's like, what? And then she's just like, who are you? And it's just like adorable, and I just love the flirting and how like Mark's like, is he flirting? Like, it's cute. I hope it's developed more. And I love it too that Kit wants to protect Ty always, and he's gonna miss him if he leaves, and it's just OTP. Right there. And just saying, whatever this thing is between Drew and Jamie, it was freaking me out. It felt, I know this is gonna be really mean, but it felt like Jamie was grooming her or something. He kept saying really nice things, was talking about her nicely, and not that he's ever told her to like show her body or do anything, but it just felt a bit grooming. And I'm kind of freaking out for Drew because I'm like, she's only 13 and she thinks she's an adult, but like, she was very susceptible to him saying nice things to her, and I'm just like, Drew, please don't get hurt. I'm so worried for you. When Kiernan killed Eris, I was just like, yes, kill that bitch fairy. He was pissing me off, and I was so glad, but then shit goes down with that. I was really happy about that, but then they tried to contact the nicer brother, whose name I can't remember now. That's really not good. But then the Unseelie King comes in, and then shit goes down, and I'm so annoyed. And then Kiernan finds out that everyone's been lying to him, but then he finds out what he's done. So it's a very odd situation with Kiernan in this bit because he feels guilty. He also feels betrayed, so he's kind of not sure what to think. And then Christine goes and talks to him, and I'm just like, ooh, I kind of want all of you together, and I kind of don't, but I do, and I don't know how to feel. Now some special fucking favour being deployed deployed to kill everyone, fuck shit up, and I'm just like, whoa, I was scared the whole time because so many of them are out and about. And then they attacked Kit, Ty, and Livy, and then they attacked Emma and Julian, and I'm just like, shit. Just saying, I love it that Emma and Julian finally did the nasty, and you know what? They fucked against a wall, and there's a book that I have read recently that promised me this, and then we didn't deliver, so I got it in Lord of Shadows. And just saying, it seems so easy. Like, these warriors who come in like, we are the death of destruction, and we only awaken when we're told, and we're the Fae, and we fight for thousands of years, and we're so strong, and then Emma like fucking stabs one in the back and is dead. And I'm like, you're meant to be this all-powerful, massive thing of Fae, and you fucking can't even like survive? What was that? There has to be something with Cortana though, because they were kind of scared of Cortana, and Cortana is a very powerful sword. And I've seen a lot of information around, actually, which is true, is Cortana absorbs what it stabs. In Lady Midnight, Cortana did stab the Black Book, so it's kind of the idea of, is the Black Book now in Cortana? And at the end, when Cortana fucking smashes the Mortal Sword, and I was like, guys, what are the Mortal Instruments? Like, the hell? Does that mean that Cortana is now the Mortal Sword and the Black Book and the Fae Killer? Like, this sword is going to be all powerful, and it's probably going to be able to break the Parabatai bond, because holy shit, what is that now that the Parabatai bond, it's like, yeah, there's a way to break it, but you have to break the Parabatai bond in total, break the whole thing. And Emma's like, no, and Julian's like, we might be able to, we could do it. And I'm just like, no. And Julian's like, well, we could. We might. I feel like he would get desperate enough to do this. And I feel like they don't even need the Black Book anymore. Like, even though the whole thing with Annabelle having the Black Book is, what if Emma could break the Parabatai bond with the sword, but it ruins everything? It might just change the fabrications of the Shadowhunter world because they do this. And Julian's so selfish in that sense that he would do anything to protect his family and to have Emma, but he would ruin the whole entire world. And you know what? I love that Diana is transgender. I love it. Seriously, Cassandra Clare and the Shadowhunter world is one of the most diverse I've ever seen, because you've got lesbian, you've got bi, you've got gay, you've got transgender, you've got relationships happening everywhere, you've got different races, you've got mental health. Like, fucking Jesus Christ, it is amazing how much diversity is in this series, and it's so underappreciated, because it's like, so many people don't read past the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices, and it's just like, no, read it all. But I just love Diana so much. From Lady Midnight to this book, I knew there was something she was hiding, that there's something, but I remember her saying, like, because people were worried about how she was acting, and she's like, I'm not bad, but I can't tell you. And it's just because she's transgender. And hearing the story about how her family died and how everyone kind of didn't accept her, and then Katrina found out about it, and Katrina went and helped her in the modern medicine world, and Diana, like, she always talked about how she always felt that she was a girl, but she never even knew what transgender is. Again, medicine. The Shadowhunters don't use the medicine ever, and I just, oh my god, it's just the best thing ever, and I just love Diana. And I love that Gwen doesn't care. He just wants to be with her as he is, and I'm just like, love it. Something else, guys, right, is Clary at the beginning of the book was talking about the recurring dreams. Magnus has been having them too. There is going to be some big-ass war that comes with the Unseelie King, the Seelie Queen, and the Shadowhunters, and the whole... It's going to be another dark war, and I am not ready for this. I am not ready, but is it going to happen in Queen of Air and Darkness? Or the Wicked Powers? We don't know, and I'm just so worried and scared for everything. Just saying though, Magnus is the king of walking in on people in bed. There's so many circumstances where this happened, and he's been walked in on as well, but I just love it that he just walks in and he's just like, Parabatai. What? And then he's so cool with it, and he wants to help them, and I love that. I love that he wants to help. And I love that Emma and Julian go to Robert, who is the Inquisitor, and he says he'll exile them and make it good, but then Robert gets killed by Annabelle. They have no one now, and someone shitty is going to be the new Inquisitor, and they're going to have no one to get them exiled, and they can't tell anyone else because Robert is a good person. He would have helped, and now they're fucked, and now this curse is going to get them, and I can't. And just saying, I do love that, because Kit had this really great idea to put a note somewhere that thinks Annabelle would come to, and then she comes and she wants to help. And you know what ruins it? Is because Magnus collapses and he can't be there to help in the meeting, and then Annabelle just goes apeshit when they have to give her the sword, and she stabs Robert, and then she murders Livy, and everything just ends there. It just ends. Like, Livy's just been killed. all the Blackthorn siblings collapsed, and what really upset me is Ty acted like a Parabatai in that moment. He was grasping his chest, he dropped, and I was just like, no! I just hated that. Literally having Arthur die gave you such a, as I said before, such a false sense of no one's gonna get hurt. And this is something, this isn't even a finale, and Cassandra Clare took it there. So many finales don't give you enough death, they don't give you enough destruction, and it's not likely that everyone who's the main characters doesn't die. So she actually killed a main character, and I was like, oh, like, you never want these people to die, but it's just unrealistic that they seem to have this protective bubble around them during the last battle, and it's just like, no. And I just can't. Now it's Magnus and Tessa who are being affected. Literally, the circle of trust and hope for the Shadowhunters is going, and they're gonna have this battle, and it's gonna be so wrong. And when they give the Sealy Queen the book, which probably isn't the book anymore because it's probably in Cortana, shit is gonna go down, and just this battle is gonna be so bad because the Unseelie King wants to kill everyone, and Zara fucking Dearborn wants to kill everyone, and I'm just like, everyone stop trying to kill each other. It's not good. It's not good. Oh my god. I just have a lot of feelings, and I'm sorry. This book review is probably like 30 minutes long. It's probably going to be 30 minutes long, and I'm sorry, guys. If you really want to know my thoughts, you'll watch the whole way. Just saying, if you watch the whole way through, will you please comment down below Shadow Lord? Because I will know that you guys are awesome. But guys, thanks for watching this long, extensive book review of the best book ever. I'm dead. I need 2 years, 2 fucking years. How am I meant to wait? Literally, how? How is that meant? How? I don't even get how I'm meant to do this, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.